Hello, good day. My pleasure to be in your space again. I am Vivian, a professional counselor and a life coach. So today we have something very useful, very powerful for you out there that is a parent to a teenager. But before we go into it, please kindly subscribe to this channel, share the link with your friends, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to my channel. So let's quickly dive into what we have today. We want to talk about how to engage your teenagers during holidays. Yes, so if you're a parent and you have a teenager, that's a child that is 13 years and above, maybe to 19, you have to listen to this and take it seriously. Okay, so you agree with me that it's a different ball game to parent a teenager. Okay, so it's quite easier for you to parent a child that is below 13 years, 10 years, 9 years, 8 downwards. Okay, once they turn into teenage age, it becomes a different ball game altogether because they see themselves as young adults, while you yourself as a parent may still be seeing them as just children. Okay, so let's quickly go into the tips that will help you to engage them meaningfully during holidays, which we obviously have to continue after the holiday. But while we say holiday, that is the time that most of them are at home, especially if you have borders. Okay, it's a time that you're supposed to engage them for bonding. All right, so the number one tip you might want to learn or to know about is that you need to create a feasible timetable with them. Yes, we say feasible because it needs to be realistic. It's not you sitting down alone as a mom or as a dad and drafting out anything you like and just expecting them to just follow suit. For teenagers, it doesn't work that way. So you need to involve them in decision making. If you want them to comply to what you're doing, involve them. It's simple psychology. Okay, guys or girls, when do you think we should be waking up? You write it down. When should be a time for recreation or a time for devotion? By the time they participate, they have that sense of belonging and they will easily comply. Is that fine? So create or make a feasible timetable with your teenagers. Okay, the second one or the second tip you might want to know if you want to engage them meaningfully during holidays. Like I said, it has to continue after the holidays, but holiday time is a very good place and a very good time to start up anything you want to start with them. So the second tip is for you to do devotion with your teenagers. Please, nobody is above that. So why I'm putting this as a tip is that it's going to help you. Those changes, those desirable behaviors you want to see in them sometimes doesn't work when you are just nagging and complaining and you're saying it over and over again. It's when you guys are doing devotion, you are using scripture, that you chip in those things that you want to see, and probably the scripture for that day is backing it up. Okay, so it's very important that you do devotion with your teenagers. Apart from the fact that we'll have to learn so many things, it's also a time for you guys to bond spiritually as well. So you're engaging them, because some people, they don't even attend to their teenagers' spiritual needs. Some people, the teenagers will wake up in the morning and start to play with their PS4, do whatever they want to do till night. And that has turned many of them to couch potatoes and they are not maximizing time. So devotion time is a significant time. Something is being done in them as well as bonding happening simultaneously, okay? Yes, then the third thing you might want to do trying to engage your teenagers during holiday is to make them show you their to-do lists. Please, yes, because ordinarily if you leave them, apart from the general rules, they might not have anything significant they want to do with their time. So let them make a to-do list, what they want to do with their time for the day, and show you to you as a parent, as a mom, as a dad. And that speaks to the fact that you have to be on your toes. Okay, so when they write those to-do lists, you have to take time to look at it, look at how feasible it is, and then at evening or at night, you look at it to say, okay, which one were you able to accomplish, or which one were you not able to accomplish. Okay, so it's very important that you follow through as a parent. It should be something like, I'm going to read my book, I'm going to do my assignment, I'm going to finish up my novel I was writing, important stuff like that. So there is a place for you to check what they have written and see how significant it is. All right. The fourth thing you might want to start to do when you want to engage your teenagers during holiday is to give them quality time. Yes, please. I know most of us are in cities where, everything is on a fast track. We are very busy trying to make ends meet, but please, let's give them quality time, especially if your teenagers are boarders. Okay, please give them quality time. It's very important. Create it. I don't care how busy you are, just create it. Maybe just a week for them, or maybe weekends for them, but give them quality time. And quality time does not just talk about you being at home. It's not enough for you to be at home. You have to be involved in their activities. What are they doing? You check out what they're doing. You have time to gist with them. You have time to ask them questions. You have time to go out with them, go to movies, watch a movie at home, review that movie, or whatsoever you find interesting. Just make sure you are involved in their activities, and that will help you to learn them more. Because you might think you know them, but the children you knew when they were young, they have evolved, they have changed. Okay, so you need to know them now as teenagers, get to know their temperament, their preferences, what they now started to love, what they started to value, even their friendships. Is when you create those quality time that you will learn all this to help you, have a better relationship with them. Okay, give them quality time. Then the fourth tip is for you to diplomatically monitor their movements. Yes, please. We can tell you this for free. As a counselor that have been in the field, working with teenagers, I can tell you that, the stage of being a teenager, that phase is a very, very, very critical stage. And we parents shouldn't take it for granted. Okay, so their hormones are pumping up, access to many information that is already causing a confusion in their mind. So you have to diplomatically monitor their movement. You should know what your teenagers are doing part time. Okay, you should. So the girls and the boys' room, what is happening there, it's very important. This is to avoid incest, to avoid masturbation, to avoid pornography, and I can tell you at this point that if it warrants you asking your teenagers to submit their phones at night before they go to bed, please do. Because sometimes they wake up midnight, they are bored, and they start to browse with their phone. That is when they get engaged into some things that are not desirable, and then that's how addiction starts. And before you know it, you have already lost your child. So please, let's monitor their movements, how the girls and the boys relate and all that. Don't allow the girls to be in the guys' room freely. Just make sure you are monitoring their movement like a CID. You're just on your toes. It's very important, please. Okay? Last point for today is for you to give them space. Learn to give your teenagers space. Like the previous thing I talked about is you monitoring them. Like I said diplomatically. You don't want to let them know that you are suspecting them, or that you are monitoring them, or that you don't trust them. Okay, so you just have to use wisdom to go about it. And that is why this last tip is coming to balance that. Learn to give them space. Yes, please. They are young adults, so they're not the children you knew before. You're always talking to them, always counseling them, always rebuking them, always in their room, always just want to always be in their space. No, it doesn't work that way. Learn to give them space. Learn to let them have their independence, their privacy. Respect their privacy. Okay, so it's very important. Don't choke the teenagers with your presence. Okay, allow them to feel free. It's very important. When you do this, they will value you. They will understand that you respect them, and they will obviously reciprocate that respect. Okay, so when you are talking to teenagers, when you are relating with them, see them as young adults. See them as important people. See them as wise people. They want to be seen that way. Don't see them as children. Don't talk to them in public as children, please. It's very, very important. So let's start to do these 5 tips. It's not restricted to this, but these are the 5 I have for today. 2 days and you will have amazing results. You will bond with your teenagers and they will maximize their time, and you also will be happy with yourself. Thank you for listening. I will see you in my next video. Bye.